Okay. Okay, they want us to solve the inequality by graphing. Okay, now on these type of problems, these are really similar to the problems that we did on 1.9. Right, it's been a little while. 1.9, that was at the end of the first 6 weeks. Okay, but they can be and or problems. Okay, if you remember, and problems were when it's less than or equal to, and the middle part of the two numbers. You have two numbers on the end, and the middle part was shaded in. Okay, or problems was when you had two numbers and the outside, it goes outward, and there's the word or in the answer. Okay, that's what this is going to be like. Okay, only it's a quadratic instead of just a straight line. Okay, so I'm going to write that down again just to remember. Okay, and is less than or equal to, and or is greater than or equal to. Okay, this is the same concept as we've learned a little while ago. Right, and again, it's the same thing as what we did on this number 10 right there, but we're looking at the graph instead. Okay, and again, I want to read what it says. It says x squared minus 3x plus 2, that's this parabola. They want to know where is it greater than 0. Okay, they want to know where is it above 0. All right, so here's 0. Right, and I'm going to use my highlighter to highlight the parts of the parabola that are above 0. Right, this whole part is above 0, and this whole part is above 0. Right, the only part that's not above 0 is this little tiny part that dips below 0. Okay, so we need the x-intercepts, just like we've been finding, to tell us our answer. Okay, what are the x-intercepts here? 1 and 2. Okay, but now since it's inequalities, right, it's saying basically all these numbers, right, anyway, from 1 down, the graph is above 0. Okay, and from 2 up, the graph is above 0. Only in between those two is it not above 0. Okay, so this is this an and or an or problem? Right, looking at the symbol right there, right? Okay, if it's greater than, it's an or problem. All right, it's an or problem if the symbol is like that. Okay, it's an or problem, which makes sense because look, okay, it's going two different directions. So it's basically saying if x is less than 1 or x is greater than 2. Those all, if x is any of those numbers, the graph is above 0. Okay, that's our solution there. All right, number 12. First determine, number 12, is it an and or an or problem? All right, and, okay, it's a less than, so it'll be and. All right, now they want to know, where is it less than 0? Okay, so highlight the part of that parabola that is less than 0, that's underneath the line. Okay, highlight the part of the parabola that's underneath the line. All right, just this part, right? All right, that's the part that's underneath the line. Where does it go underneath the line? All right, 1. And where does it come back up? 3. Right, so an and problem, we write it like this. This one's an and problem. Okay, it's basically between 1 and 3, the graph is below 0. Because again, this is 0. So the way that we would write that is 1 from 1 to 3. 1 is less than or equal to x is less than or equal to 3. I'm getting the symbol less than or equal to from the symbol that they use in the problem. Okay, so between 1 and 3, this graph is underneath the x-axis. Any questions on that, y'all? I think it's kind of a weird thing it's something that people aren't used to looking for, but it's really pretty straightforward, right? You're just looking for the two numbers where it crosses the x-axis, and it's either between those or outside of those, okay? Depending if it's or, it's greater than, or if it's and, it's less than. Okay. Number 13. We're asking the same question as we've asked on 10, 11, and 12, only number 13, we're going to have an equation. Okay? And they want to know the same thing. But I'm going to still draw the graph because I think it's easiest to see it on the graph.